This is Rainbow Fire the Unicorn, knows the last unicorn, and I just got a really good idea for a video. A really touching story that I want to talk about. Now, what you're looking at is Carousel of Progress in Disney World in the future. When the son is showing her grandmother VR, virtual reality. And seeing this picture, I'm really gonna be sad because I heard they're gonna do changes to Carousel of Progress. I heard they're going to do changes to Carousel of Progress, and um, this scene is going to kind of go tear me up because I want to tell you a story about this scene, and this has actually really happened. Um, as you may have known, Carousel of Progress has the past, the present, the future, and all the technologies they have over the years, you know. And the future part is when they show their gadgets they have in the future. Like the oven that catches on fire, they're trying to cook it. They're asking smart assistants to cook certain things in the oven and all that kind of stuff. Well, the son got a VR headset for Christmas, and he was showing it to his grandmother. And the reason I'm making this video talking about this is because it reminds me of me. Because when I got my Quest 2, I still have my Quest 2, those videos you see me playing VR chat and all that kind of stuff. Um, my Quest 2 was very special to me because of this scene right here. My grandfather, he passed away last year. You may have saw one of those shorts that I made. And you guys were worried about me because I was upset. And I was very upset. But that one Christmas, I'll never forget it. I don't know what year it was. I think it was 2024. Yeah, it might have been, either 2023 or might have been 2023. Either 2024 Christmas. I don't know if it was 2023 or 2024. I got my Quest 2. And I remember getting it on the opening day. On Christmas Day. I got it. And the very first game I put on my Quest 2 was, of course, VR chat. I can put any other games on that headset, but the first game I put on my headset was VR chat. And I remember I remember my mom was cooking food during Christmas, and she, let's just say, she brought food for us to eat, and I was getting my Quest 2 to set up. It took me forever to do because I was trying to do research, watch videos, how to set it up, and all this kind of stuff. I was new to VR, so I did this all by myself. Pretty crazy. Anyway, so my grandpa, he was sitting on the bench right next to me, and I'm getting everything set up. I had it on my face. I had my VR on my face. I'm trying to set everything up. My grandpa, he's asking me, "What do you see in there?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just," and I think I logged in VR chat. So basically, I was in like a virtual world. I think I was in a fishing game. No, I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was no, it might have been a flying game I was playing. I don't know. But I remember downloading a bunch of games on my headset for free. They were like free games I downloaded, like two or three free games I downloaded because they were on sale that day. I remember buying two other games, but VR Chat was the first one I played. I remember I was playing some kind of fishing game and something. And my grandpa, he's like, "Hey," he's like, "What were you catching there? Fish?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm catching fish in virtual world," and he's laughing. Now you got to think my grandpa don't know anything about video games, and And I remember my mom saying to me, he's like, hey, remember Carousel of Progress? This is like Carousel of Progress. You're showing your grandparents, your grandfather. Like, I'm sorry to get emotional, guys, but this is probably something that I'll never forget, you know? And I remember taking up the VR headset, the Quest 2, and showing it to him. Now he didn't put the VR headset on like grandmom did in this picture, but I remember he looked inside the goggles and you could see it. And he looked in there. He didn't put it on, but he like put it on his face so he could see what's in it. And I never thought that that would come true. Um, Seeing this in real life. This is crazy because when Carousel of Progress was made, it's resembled the future. And the future is now. The future is now. And that Christmas Day, I mean, look at the technology in the future and Carousel of Progress. We have it right now. We got the flat screen TVs. We got the VR. We got the smart appliances. We have all that now. Look how far we come. But to see in this photo of the grandmom and her grandson showing the VR, that is today. And thanks to, well, Oculus and Mark Zuckerberg, well, I don't know if he was part of it, but he helped grow it, VR, and we have it. Thanks to Meta and Oculus, we have it. And that's why VR is so important to me because not just because my last memory, my grandfather before he died, it's just when I was a kid, I always wanted to be in a virtual world, being in things, and that's it. But take this video to heart because Carousel Progress was not just a ride or a show. It was a show what the past, the present, the future was like back in those days. And when Carousel Progress gets changed, I will be sad because this last scene came out to be a real thing. My grandpa, I was the boy. Like, see the boy the boy in the chair. That would have been me, and my grandpa, who would have been the old lady. Well, the old person, the elderly person, just sitting on the either on the another chair, or just on the floor, and that was. I felt like I was part of that story from Carousel of Progress. And I know I'm saying about VR might be dying. I know I get a bad rap on VR chat. I keep talking about how bad it is, how worse it is. I know that. But that's every game. That's Call of Duty. That's Fortnite. That's Grand Theft Auto 5 or 6, the one that's going to come out. There's always going to be bad eggs. And I know I keep rapping on that. But yeah, I just want to share this out because Carousel Progress is getting torn down. They're going to redo the inside. And I don't know what's going to happen. If any of you guys ride Carousel of Progress, um, please archive it. Do something. Because actually, that's one of my favorite attractions. And I think we might go there next. Oh, I'm not going to say that, but I wish I could go see Carousel of Progress one more time because Carousel of Progress was one of my favorite Disney attractions. I wish they would not touch it. I wish they wouldn't fix, like, I wish they would only do the future part of it, and that's it. But I just wish they wouldn't destroy the old stuff. I'm hoping they preserve some of that stuff. I don't know. But yeah, to end this off, I'm going to say this right now. This is why it's very important to spend time with your elders, your elderly. During Christmas or the holidays. Share like video games, like you shown the video game to his grandmother. Share video games, like the video games that we grew up with, like the Atari 2600. I grew up with Nintendo, NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega, and PlayStation 1. Those are the consoles I grew up with. Um, but those games that I grew up with, like Game Boy Color and all that, the original Game Boy, those are the games I grew up with. And like I said, elderly people are not on this earth for a long time. Cherish the memories of what you could be with them. And maybe let your elderly grandmother or grandpa play some Wii sports or something, or well, not Wii Sports, that's too active, but maybe play Atari. Like they already make Atari consoles that are remade Atari consoles now. And Sega Genesis and NES, I mean, but what I'm trying to say is the point of this video is this scene from the Carousel of Progress is something that happened in real life with my grandpa before he passed away. And I figure I want to share out the story before Carousel of Progress gets torn down. And I'm sure Walt Disney's looking at me right now from heaven saying, I'm glad you liked the ride. Well, the show. But as Walt Disney would say, change is go change. And that's all it is. Do I believe VR will be a thing of the future? Do I think it's going to get better? Yeah, of course. It will. Like I said, I believe VR will get good. It will be better. It will be stronger. The headsets will be a lot lighter. They won't be as bulky as the Quest 2 and the Quest 3. I think the way that those headsets are that they're wearing in Carousel of Progress, I think those headsets are going to be the ones in the future. They're going to be thin as that, and they'll be very light. I believe in that. But yeah. But Disney World, if you see this video, thank you for making Carousel Progress, well, keeping it archived of all the old years and all that. I've been to Disney a lot of times, I think 4 or 5 times in my life. And I remember seeing Carousel Progress and sitting down and hearing that beautiful song. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining every day. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Shine your dreams away. That's all I can remember, guys, from that. God. Just hearing that song in my head right now, I'm about to tear up. But yeah, that's my true story about and like this scene in that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, always spend time with your elders because they're not on this earth for long. And pass down the video games that you like with them, like Grandmom and her grandson did, like in Carousel of Progress. That's my story. Peace. Peace.